Hey everybody, this is Ryan O'Hara live from my dorm room here to bring you basketball news. More bad news for the Chicago Bulls. However, before we get to that, check it out across the screen there, the text www.simplyrugged.com. Check out my sponsor and tell me what you think. Rob and Jan Leahy are terrific business owners that make holsters made in the United States of America. Check them out. Thank you for the business. Now getting on to the news. Chicago Bulls star Derrick Rose is now out for the remainder of the season. The team said that Rose had successful surgery today in Chicago to repair a torn medial meniscus in his right knee. He was hurt Friday night in Portland. The 2011 NBA MVP missed all of last season after tearing the anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee in Chicago's 2012 playoff opener against the Philadelphia 76ers. He has played in just 50 NBA games, 49 in the regular season, and that lone playoff game since the Bulls' run to the Eastern Conference Finals during his MVP season. The latest injury occurred in the third quarter against the Trail Blazers. He lost his footing while trying to change direction and get back on defense when Nicholas Batum stole a pass from Joakim Noah and started the other way. Rose limped across the court and couldn't put any weight on his knee. After the Blazers scored, he came out of the game during a timeout. It didn't appear that there was any contact in the play. Rose was unable to return and was on crutches afterward. With Rose back, the Bulls were expected to challenge LeBron James and the Miami Heat for supremacy in the Eastern Conference and contend for their first championship since the Michael Jordan-Scottie Pippen era. Instead, they're in a familiar spot, trying to get by without their cornerstone player. Quote, "We of course feel very badly for Derrick. He's in good spirits, about as well as can be expected under the circumstances, and he's already thinking about his rehab," unquote, said Coach Tom, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, I apologize, Tom Thibodeau, said on Sunday before the team announced that their star was gone for the season. Quote, "Typical Derrick, he's concerned about his team, his teammates," unquote. The top-seeded Bulls bowed out in the first round of the playoffs in 2012 against Philadelphia after Rose went down and fell into a season-long holding pattern without him last year, waiting for a return that didn't happen. His recovery took on a circus-like feel. Fans saw him shooting and dunking before games last season and wondered why he wasn't playing, particularly as the Bulls fought through injuries and illnesses down the stretch. Adidas released videos documenting his progress, but Rose mostly stayed in the background, saying little about his recovery. That changed midway through the season. There was also speculation that Rose's camp was advising him to sit out last season and that there was a rift with the organization, particularly after older brother Reggie Rose ripped management for standing pat at the trade deadline, but Derrick Rose denied that. All of that faded into the background with Rose back this season and insisting he could regain his MVP form. He was off to an up-and-down start. He was averaging 15.9 points and was shooting just over 35%. He was looking a little better in his last two games with 19 points in a loss at Denver and 20 against Portland. Without Rose, veteran Kirk Henrich figures to start with second-year pro Marquise Teague backing him up. Quote, "I think we have an understanding of what we need to do. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We have to circle the wagons and then get out there and get the job done." Unquote. That's from the coach of the Chicago Bulls. So, bad news for the Bulls. Now Rose is out for the season. This doesn't come as a surprise considering his injury. But we wish the Bulls the best. This is definitely not what they needed on their road to the playoffs, and I doubt they will contend, against the Heat. I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat win another championship, to be honest with you. So that'd be 3 consecutive. Pretty much the new Lakers. I'm Ryan O'Hara for this channel, and check out my sponsor, www.simplyrugged.com, and you guys have a great day.